Cause now it's back to the round. And right now he's back to the round. I'm in the booth straight dropping down. Hot cat daily plant in metropolis time. I like to grab some under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the round. Now's the time. Time to wind is back to the round. Back to the round. Now's the time. Time to wind is back to the round. Is what I wanted to say. That was my venting. Okay, that's a new take on how to dress. All right, I don't know how well I can be heard at a distance. But I have the board here. If I can be heard from here, or I can stand here, I guess you can see the board. All right, let's start with Schoolhouse album sales. I did talk about the product. Found someone on my route, Larry, who has a CD collection, but he is not a hip hop fan. So uh, made an attempt to make a sale, and no sale was made. My Reformation music video is on hold. You Will Be Glorified is on hold. YouTube channel. Okay. Um, that's coming along. I think I want to think there's apparently few people checking it out, and I'm thankful. If there's something that I'm doing that you like, I want to continue to do that. Not gonna change what I'm doing. So if you enjoy it, thank you, and I appreciate y'all checking out what I'm doing. Um, the just trying to, I'm in my mind, I'm trying to figure out where to describe what I've done this past week. So I guess it would be related to, it'll come later. Um, yeah, no update beyond that. Rules of engagement. So I have support from people on my route. It's the holiday season, and they're supporting me with um, gifts and whatnot, and then I'm going to use that to help me get caught up for the attorney fees. So whether they knew it or not, they're helping my music. That would be number 5. Number 6, Bellevue Ballers. One thing is, like, so I'm a mail carrier, and it's busy. This is the busiest time of year. We just got through Christmas. Saturday was busy. The day after Christmas. This is Sunday. I worked today, and there was less volume from Amazon, but apparently none of them were working. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to be like. But all of that to say, I haven't had much time to do anything but work and try to hang in on the personal development that comes along with Bellevue Ballers. That's a priority over this. Keep doing the least do that. Keep myself attempting to improve. So that's that. Better Bread is on the to-do list. Not going to take long. My next day off is New Year's Day. I had Christmas off, and wasn't even relaxing. I wouldn't call it relaxing at all, frankly. But I didn't get anywhere with this either. It was just, you know, it is what it is. Just feels like time goes fast. You have a little extra time, it goes fast, slips through your fingers. Trump's gonna thump. So I think I told you, Dale sent me the WAV file. If I didn't tell you that, he did send it to me, and I've just been sitting there with it. Of course I'll have time today. Of course I'll have time. But look what time I'm doing this. As much as I want to do that, I definitely got to do this, and I'm doing it at 11:30 at night. Now, wow, is it the midnight magnet? I'm going to get to bed at midnight, and oh, yay, I got to wake up at 5 in the morning. So these things don't happen. There's just no way to do it. I mean, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to go beyond. I'm going to have New Year's Day off, and I expect to put enough time into just. I really just want to sit down at the computer and see if it flows. If the WAV file sticks, and then I'll just go. But it should work. I expect it to work, but I haven't even got to be able to sit down and do it. That might only take 5 minutes, but it hasn't happened yet. That song's now at 341. No Hope, by the way, is at 529, I guess, for views. All right. Complete songs I made lyrics for on YouTube. So what I wanted to say is I talked to Luke, talked to Bo, trying to get Bo and Luke together. We got to get Bo and Luke to meet so they can do more than just, run from the law. We need them to get together for making music. So they haven't even met each other. The particular Bo and Luke I'm referring to, they've never met, but I'm almost certain they've seen each other. They're only 2 addresses away from one another. One takes the dog for the walk, the other's outside, take a break. Oftentimes, so there's no way they couldn't have at some point seen each other. But so Friday's the day for Luke's got the most availability, and I want to. This Friday's gonna be New Year's Day, so the following Friday is the plan to go see Luke and try to make sure Bo's there and try to connect those guys. And that's pretty much it. I will have a seat now. I could do the whole thing like this, but I don't want to work that hard. Not that hard to work, but I think it's better to do this. All right. As you can see, I'm in the man closet today, making nabe. If you've never had nabe, a lot of work. Eat as you cook. Make sure I had my lyrics handy last week. As far as current events, so on the calendar, we have Senate, 2 Senate races happening January 5th. So some of my thoughts on that, and I've got another week. There'll be another week to look. I mean, really, there's not much more to talk about between now and then. I don't care about what the polls say, but I mean, I do a little, but they're usually not that great. But one thing about a lot of these elections, and this applies to primaries happen right around Labor Day, right as the summer's coming to an end. People are not paying any attention to politics when primaries happen. By the time the general elections happen, they're paying attention. Now, that tends to favor more engaged people. Primaries people are way more engaged. People are more in tune with politics than the casual political person. And I think now, obviously, there'll be a lot of attention. There's probably tons of commercials in Georgia for this, so I don't think that you'll be able to miss it. But at the same time, it's right around coming off New Year's. You're having Christmas, New Year's. Now, this is not the typical either of those, but we'll see. I just think it's interesting that you're gonna wake up New Year's in a couple of days. Oh, I was also going to say that I think I didn't check, but I believe a lot of these states were counting mail-in votes last. when time is of the essence and you want to get votes counted and get them in, I mean, that would seem to be the thing you would want to do if you're a conscientious person who wants to produce. Let's say, I mean, in our state or any state, you have someone who's the head of secretary of elections or whatever it is, but you want to get reelected. I mean, shouldn't that be part of your um, what you'd campaign on? Hey, we're quick, we're efficient, we're accurate, we're good. We don't, so we recognize the need to, obviously, prior to the people voting in person, we would have every last ballot that was mailed in counted first. But somehow, those were being counted last. I just can't figure out why you would count those last. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I guess it helps, that way you'll know how many garbage bags full of ballots you'll need, I guess. So that's just something I can't believe, really, that anyone. I mean, see, you got to think of, I was thinking about that, more votes than voters, that kind of stuff, and uh, no, that's not true. So there's ways to dig into that. I mean, the more simple you can make a point, the better. I think that's pretty easy to understand, isn't it? I think anybody could agree it makes more sense to have as much of the work done as possible as you can when there's time and downtime to do it. And so when you don't want to backlog, you want to have it done. I mean, that's just how you do, unless you're a procrastinator. You don't want procrastinators counting ballots. So those people need to be replaced if they don't want to get them counted in advance. And now the other thing I'll say, when you look at the overall general election, that's a lot going on throughout the whole country. And yes, there's election observers in every little area, but everyone's going to be watching this. So the idea that you're going to play a game with everyone around the whole country watching this election is going to be harder, and that's going to favor the Republicans, that they're not going to play games. I'll just say that. Back to the rhymes. All right. So the song, the Bubba Leda. I'll probably go 3 verses, and I didn't count it out, and I'm kind of happy about that. Let me do this. Let me perform this, and then see what I was doing. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. Had you ever took a trip on the bubble later? I had, in those memories I savor. Who needs the Space Needle? Give me the bubble later and the Weedle. The lines round the block, and I'm only 8. Another 3 hours is how long we gotta wait. We never saw the first, a difference that would make. All my friends saw the first, for God's sake. But Buck, Star Buck, there's something that you ain't. That's the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. The bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble later. So that's the first verse. I was telling a story in there, being a little nuanced. I guess I could share what all the hidden messages are. If they're not so hidden, or you could be hip to them or not. So I think I talked about this. Maybe I didn't. Empire Strikes Back comes out in 1980. I never saw Star Wars. Now, 1977, I'd have been 5, but I swear, by the time in 1980, everyone had seen it. They didn't really have VHS tapes. Somehow, everyone got to a theater to see Star Wars, but me. And my brother or whoever, it seemed like that. And that's like a story of my life, I'd say. So in some ways, it's not bad, I'll tell you, but being part of the mass and all. So we were there. We were in line. What theater was that? It was on Sixth. I can't remember the name of it. So you had this downtown, the Coliseum. It wasn't the Coliseum. That was, gosh, where was that? That's where you have Pacific Place now or whatever. I think somewhere around there, or Cheesecake Factory or something. But what was that theater called? It was around for a good while, but within the last 10, 20 years, they did away with it, I think. Anyway, we waited I mean, can you imagine? I don't know if anyone would do this now. Would anyone do that? Maybe you'd watch a movie at the Cinerama and wait through an entire showing in a line versus people that wait in line for some new video game or shoes or something, camp overnight. But I'm only 8 years old. What are we waiting for? We're just gonna stand in a line to see a movie. So that didn't make too much sense. What made a lot more sense was the bubble, the bubble, the bubble, the bubble. We wanted to check out the form. I can describe some of the other stuff. So now the other thing I'm talking about is Buck Starbuck. Anyone ever heard of Hardware Wars? So check that out if you don't know about it. Um, get my deal to write on. All right, so that's verse 1. Head on to verse 2. Verse 2. And so I would start by saying, oh, goody, you left that line. Headed to where we can have a real good time. Um, oh, goody, we left that line. Headed to where we could have a real good time. Yeah, just like that. I think I can hear. I can hear the roller coaster from here. Uh-oh. Oh, goody, we left that line. Headed to where we can have a real good time. I think I can hear the roller coaster from here. Life was so good back in yesteryear. The fun forest was fun for us. Fun for us was fun for us. Parents. Knew just how to end the fuss. Get these kids. Get these. Uh-oh. Get these kids some tickets for kiddie rides. You know the bumper cars when they had the there's different types of them. I almost think of them being like electric trolley connected to like how the bus. Anyway, I have in my head like the bumper cars with some electric thing going to the top. Maybe not, but the real little ones. I mean, the real thing that I think about for rides, and it's not really a ride. I mean, maybe I don't know about merry-go-round. I was probably too young or scared to ride on the little roller coaster, but um, I'm definitely looking for the bumper cars. Get these kids some tickets for the kiddie rides. Uh, break them off a couple bills so they try to win a prize. I have to shorten that up. I'm getting real wordy here, but I'll try it. I mean, the way you work around it is you well, there's ways to work it out. Break them off a couple bills so they can win a prize. That goes pretty quick. All right. Okay, that's enough. To go home. Somebody very famous at my work says that. Time to go home. I should get him as a quote. I should sample him. Oh man, that'd be kind of fun. I'm gonna make a note. So our supervisor's name's Haji. He'll say, "Time to go home." And if you work with him, it sticks in your head. I might try that as a sample. Okay, that's enough. Time to go home. But wait. I can spell wait now. Oh, it's just coming right to me. That's a weight off my shoulders. But wait, but wait. Just one last thing. Never had this before. I don't know what it means. A little numbness in the upper back. Never had. Doesn't hurt. Just saying. If any medical people want to, anyway, think about that. It's weird. What is that? Anyway, comes and goes. Intermittent. Okay. But wait. Just one last thing. Uh-oh. I stopped rhyming. Break off a couple bills so that they can try and win a prize. Oh, okay, that's enough. Time to go home. Oh no. Oh no, okay. But wait, one last thing. Yeah, doesn't have to run. Okay, that's enough. Time to go home. But wait, one last thing. What if I could do an alternate rhyme here? Wait. Let me not get ahead of myself. But wait. Thing before we go. Uh, one last thing before we go. That's kind of a rhyme with home. Good enough. Okay, that's enough. It's time to go home. Well, then you're saying go again. But wait. One last thing before we go. Can we go to the center house? Ooh. Can we go to the center house? Can we go to the center house? Oh, wait a second. VIP time. Yo. Can we go to the center house? I'm trying to get this. Hold on. Can we go to the center house? Where we won't find a way to where we won't find a way to waiter, right? We will find Pizza Haven. I can look for my flavor. We will back in the day, Pizza Haven, you know. I was so little, I didn't really even know about pizza back then that much. But I knew about their trucks. They had those trucks. They had those little ovens in their trucks. We will find a Pizza Haven where I can pick out my flavor. And I can pick out my flavor. Can we go to the center house? We won't find a well. We will find a, we will find Pizza Haven, and I can pick out my flavor. I'm running out of time. Not going to be able to nail this on the mark, but I'm close. We'll find a we will find a Pizza Haven. I can pick out my flavor. I think I'm gonna have to stop. I can't make another rhyme, another line in this amount of time, and I can't recite what I've done. Very close to finishing verse 2, though. Having a good time doing it. I hope you all are enjoying that. Uh-oh, where's my mouse? That's it, and I'm out.